Dumelang guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Reneilwe, I also go by the name Reni. And well, you guys are in tune for something epic on my channel. The very first room makeover on my channel. So which room am I gonna start with? Obviously you read down below. It'll be my bedroom. So my bedroom is the main bedroom of the house, obviously. So that's what we'll be making over. And I'm just gonna get into the idea and concept behind this room makeover. Since I moved here, I haven't done anything to this house. I basically just moved furniture in, things that I use and everything like that, but I haven't decorated it with intention of decorating it. Some things were just in my room just for the sake of being in my room. But anyways, I am just going to give my room a nice facelift because my room is a place where I come to unwind at the end of the day. It's where I end up at the end of the night on some days because I work in shifts. So when I come back home to rest my head and everything like that, that's what my bedroom does for me. So I wanted something that was going to be minimalistic with a touch of boho. And yeah, basically that's the style I'm going for. Minimalistic and boho feels into my room. I wanted earthy tones so that I can bring a calm and airy space to my bedroom where I can just be relaxed and chilled and everything, and it can also condone that kind of, relaxation mood or mode that I should go into when I come into my room. I'm not a fan of having television in bedrooms because I feel like when you're in your bedroom, that's where you should be resting. And yes, I use my phone in my bedroom, but it's a place where you should be resting from gadgets or anything like that. It's a place where you should just switch off in some sense. And if you have a TV in your bedroom, you're basically going to be flipping through channels in the middle of the night instead of resting and sleeping. So you're basically taking away things that should actually help you relax. So yeah, that's the kind of vibe that I was going for. So there'll be a lot going on in this. There'll be painting, there'll be DIY on DIY on DIY on DIY, but don't worry, I'll break down the DIYs for you guys per episode because this is gonna be a series. Why is it a series? Because there are a lot of major DIYs that I'll be doing, and actually you're kind of getting a little sneak peek right now. And I just wanted to go into details on my DIYs in case you guys are interested and you want to try them out yourself. You're gonna do that. So I'm gonna be doing a lot in this room makeover, and I hope you guys stay tuned and see it through till the end. It's gonna be probably a 7 to 8 episode series. So yeah, I hope you guys are intrigued and interested. And with that being said, we're gonna start off by removing all the things in the room and painting the room a different color. Which color would it be? I wonder. Wing wing. I need to take myself more seriously. But anyways, let's get into it. Okay, when you walk into my room, you see this off-centered bed because of this huge basket right here. It's for a future DIY, so I'll be definitely taking this out. It doesn't usually look like this. Okay, it does. I throw whatever I can in it. It's a clutter zone for me. It usually has like my throw blankets or my comforter that needs to be washed, and then it reminds me that I need to take it to a dry cleaner. I just came back, so I'll definitely take it to a dry cleaner. So on the side I have this side lamp. I haven't swept the floors yet. I'll definitely sweep them as soon as I've cleared out all the clutter, so never mind the pom-poms and everything. I was just messing around with my DIY kit. And then I have this side lamp which I love very much. I love cozy lighting, and I don't really use the one over here often. I love this one, so I usually use that one so that I can get to this one and turn it on, and then I go back to turning it off. I'm gonna have a side table over here, floating side table. I'm trying to keep the floors clear of anything. My main room is not that big, so I'm trying to utilize each and every single space in a very wise way that won't make everything feel cluttered or make this room feel smaller than what it is. And then I'm gonna add a nice headboard which I'm going to DIY, as well as my side tables are going to be DIY'd. And then I'm going to add some what's that again, some art on the wall that I can hang over my head that will be very safe. And then coming towards the curtains, I'm going to be applying a curtain rod instead, so I'll be taking these out and then changing up the curtains as well. I'm going to also add a blind to this, a block out blind, so that my room can be dark when I need it to be dark. Coming towards this side, I have my chair from my study table sitting here as a side table. It's gonna go back to what it's supposed to be used for, as I will be having two side tables. And then with this wall right here, I'm planning on putting on hooks so that I can have my hats on display, because I have a lot of straw hats that look very beautiful, but however, storing them in the way I'm storing them at the current moment, they're gonna wear off, and I'm definitely going to ruin them. So I'd rather have them on display, and then they can be aesthetically pleasing and useful at the same time. Coming towards this corner, I have the study table right here. The study table, my dad bought it for me years ago, and it's been nice to me. It's been kind. I'm definitely keeping it. However, I'm not keeping it in this room because it's taking up so much space. Look at all this space that it's consuming. I could have so much space from my bed to the wall, and I'm definitely gonna move it to a different room. I might get a smaller table. I might not. I might just keep this area clear of any furniture, meaning all of this stuff is going except for my fan. And then on this wall, I'm planning on having floating shelves and putting some of my shoes on display. That way I'm clearing out parts of my wardrobe that I could be using for something else. And then probably have a nice huge mirror here. I'm also going the DIY route on that one because the mirrors that I keep on seeing, they're very, very expensive, and they're on a smaller scale than what I'm looking for. And then coming towards this wall, you guys remember my DIY, I will link it down below. I'm also going to put in some art up here, and yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to do. So I started clearing out the room. What needed to be out went out, and what I couldn't get out of the room, I went right ahead and I just draped a cloth over it, like my bed and my study table, as I didn't find a place for it as of yet. And then I just cleared everything that I could in my bedroom, meaning I was cluttering a different part of the house. I swept and I cleaned the floors, and then I started preparing the walls for paint by removing the old curtain holders or curtain rod holders, and then I speckled through each and every single hole that I didn't need anymore, or I filled it. Basically I filled all the holes, not speckled it. And then I went right ahead and I sanded down. As soon as everything was dry, I gave it a nice good sand, and then I started prepping the floors for paint by covering the floors with a drop cloth or drop sheet, shall I say, and taping down the edges. And then obviously for this part, guys, make sure that you have glasses and a protective mask, because I'm going over the walls and cleaning them with 1 part detergent and the rest is water. So I'm just spraying the walls down and wiping it off. This can get a bit too harsh for you if you're not protected. When it came to the paint choice that I made, I wanted something that will condone this room feeling light and airy, so I went with a simple and basic color, which is bright white from Dulux. And obviously this home makeover is not sponsored by any of the stores and the products that I'll be mentioning, but however, I went with this bright color, which is just simple white, because I don't want anything too colorful. I just wanted to let the plants in my room be the color, deviation, or like the pop of color in my room. But other than that, I wanted the walls to be plain, simple, white, with no undertone of gray or any undertone of beige in it. We all know that standard landlord color. I didn't want that anymore, because also white promotes the room and condones the room and makes the room feel a whole lot bigger than what it is. And obviously I felt like for a main bedroom, my room is not that huge, but however, this color is gonna help me make it feel big and look big, and honestly it'll make it feel less cluttered too. So that's the color choice that we're going for. Obviously, you guys know you have to give your paint a good stir, that way your color is consistent all the way
just as you're about to apply it onto the wall. Otherwise, you're going to have inconsistency in the paint color if you don't stir it. I lined my tray with foil, that way I can reuse the tray without having to wash it, and then went right ahead and poured the paint. There is no rhyme and reason when painting walls. You can either paint the trim first and then the wall, or the wall then the trim, but I did it with the trim first. And then obviously I was very doubtful when painting my first coat. It didn't go so well because I was just second guessing myself, but then I went right ahead and I pushed through, and I just gave it one coat and I called it a day and let it dry overnight. So this is fresh early in the morning and after my first coat, and this is what the first coat is looking like. Hopefully I just need to apply one more coat. I think I'll just need one more coat. I hope I'm not jinxing myself. I really underestimated the work behind prepping to paint, but then yeah, we're gonna get into it. So I'm just gonna get my paint out and we're gonna start painting our second coat. So a hack is you put paint in the fridge so that it doesn't dry out and you can reuse the equipment. Okay, with me completely murdering and singing way out of tune, I started easing into my second coat with very much confidence. You know, a lot of confidence. You gotta peck on that confidence, you know. We're comfy. And then obviously I underestimated the amount of coats that I'll need for this.
One eternity later.
A billion coats later. Should I have started with a primer? Sure. But I bet you I was gonna apply the same thing, like the same workload was gonna go into this, even with a primer. But yeah, the room is finally white, which I'm having a hard time showing you on camera because, well, my phone is not that bright, okay? But it does what it needs to do. I'm not gonna trash talk it like that. So yeah, we are all white. I'm in a white box right now. But that is it for our painting. I'm gonna eat and give myself a nice pat on the back, and because the heavy part and the very tedious part is down and dusted.
Okay, I know when I was paint prepping and I covered those holes that my old curtains used to hang on, you're probably like, what are you doing? But do not worry. The way my curtains were hung previously, they were a bit low. Yes, they were slightly higher than where the window is or where the window frame is, but they weren't high enough. What you need to do when you put in curtains in your house, what you need to do is you need to hang your curtains as high as possible. If you can, put it in the damn roof. If damn is a cuss word, I say this again, beep, which is too late, but I already said it. Put it in your roof. What it does, okay, don't put it in your roof. I was just being sarcastic. Put it as high as you can, as close to the ceiling as you can. What it does is when you walk into a room, it directly draws your eyes up towards the ceiling. And what that instantly does is it gives you the illusion that this room has got huge windows and it also has long or high walls that go on for days and days and days on end. Whereas in actual reality, your walls are not that high, but because something is drawing your eyes all the way to the ceiling, it does give that illusion that this window is huge and the walls are actually high. So that's why we're hanging the curtains as high as possible. So when it comes to a blind, we're gonna hang it right above the window frame. That way, when you have it open or closed, it's not that weird vibe that the blind is pulling all the way from where your curtain is hanging. So I'm just having mine right above my window frame. You can either have it in your window frame or outside, but however, because this is a blockout blind, I'm gonna have it extend way further out of the windows so it can cover more of the light when I need darkness.
So I went right ahead and measured the width of my window frame so that I can know how many or how much of the blind is going to be hanging off on either side. And as soon as I figured that out, I went right ahead and I started marking down where I'm going to start drilling holes for the blinds, as well as where I'm going to start drilling holes for my for the curtain rod to hang off of. So with assistance from my brother, he held up the blind while I made markings, and I drilled and I nailed everything down. You know, shout out to my brother, he is the best, and this is what everything looked like at the end.
Alright guys, you've come to the end of this video, which is episode 1. And basically what I want to do at the end of each and every single episode is run down a few costs for you guys. I feel like it'll be a nice thing for me to do, because if you guys are inspired and want to try the very same thing as what I was doing in the video, it'll give you more or less the idea and the concept of how much it's going to cost you to replicate what I just did. Or if you can find somebody who can do it for you, you more or less know how much the material is going to cost you. But however, I will be highlighting the major and huge buys, but don't worry, I will enlist everything down with each and every single cost. But obviously I'll mention the major buys which cost more than maybe 100 rands, then they are worth mentioning. So obviously the paint cost a lot of money. The paint was 549 rands for 5 liters. Honestly, I've never painted anything before, and I think this price is kind of ridiculous, but looking at how the walls are looking at the very end, I think it was worth it, I guess, for getting quality paint to do the job right, I guess. So yeah, the paint costs 549 rands. And then the blockout blind was also a major and huge buy. It cost me 719 rands. And however, the curtain rod was the inexpensive one in this whole project. But overall, this whole thing cost me 1,665 rands and 90 cents. So yep, that was kind of expensive. And usually you say painting is the most inexpensive way to make over your room. However, I'll say maybe my paint choice was very expensive. I will try and look into other paints as well, or painting companies which maybe might be inexpensive yet also bringing through the quality as well. But yes, that is the cost that we're running down for this video. And with that being said, stay tuned for episode 2. You guys do not want to miss out on us creating our headboard. Right? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you guys have any suggestions or anything you'd like to comment on or like to let me know, don't worry, I will respond to your comments, so you can go right ahead and comment down below. And with that being said, if you're new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe. If you are not new to my channel, welcome back to my channel, and I hope you guys love this content that I'm bringing to you. And with that being said, be kind, love and light.